You ever see someone climb over a 6-foot fence in the middle of the night just to use a pool they don't own and come out looking like a Smurf on a bad acid trip? Yeah, that happened. It was 2:03 a.m. when the motion camera snapped to life. Moonlight lit up the backyard like a scene out of a low-budget thriller. There she was, again, that woman from next door, slipping her chunky frame over the fence like a burglar in yoga pants. No shame, no hesitation, just a splash and a scream, sharp and high as she hit the water and immediately realized this wasn't water. Her name, Felicia Monroe, Homeowners Association board member, self-declared community ambassador. But to me and my wife, she was the problem. You see, my name's Brendan Torres, and for the past 6 months, Felicia had been treating our backyard like her personal spa. One day it was our pool lounger, the next our fridge, once even our grill. She'd strut in like she owned the place, sunglasses on, mimosa in hand, claiming she was checking on the water quality. And yeah, we tried everything, talking, documenting, even calling the cops. Nothing worked. One officer literally told us, "Sounds like a neighborly misunderstanding." You ever want to throw a clipboard at someone's face? Let me back up a sec. It started small. Felicia's the kind of woman who thinks fences are suggestions. First time I caught her was around 10 a.m. on a Saturday. My wife Riley was upstairs getting ready for work, and I looked out the kitchen window, coffee in one hand, toast in the other, and there she was, sprawled across my favorite lounger like it was a damn resort. "Hey, Brendan," she waved, not even bothering to sit up. "Your water's just divine today." I stepped out onto the patio, trying to keep calm. "Felicia, what are you doing in our yard again?" She smiled like she hadn't a care in the world. "Just enjoying the weather. Since you weren't using the pool, I figured it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. Neighbors should share, you know?" I tried the polite approach. "Please stay on your side of the fence." She tilted her head. "Oh, Brendan, you're so territorial. In my day, neighbors helped each other out. I was actually doing you a favor, skimmed a few leaves off the top." And just like that, she grabbed her bag, accidentally knocked over Riley's potted plant, smashed the ceramic, and walked out like nothing happened. Didn't even look back. We documented it all. Photos, videos, timestamps, sent emails to the HOA, filed a complaint with the city, nothing. Nada. One officer said, "Well, you could put up a taller fence, sir." "Oh, sure, let me just build the Berlin Wall while she helps herself to my beer." But here's the thing. Felicia wasn't just rude. She was strategic. She knew exactly how to toe the line. Just innocent enough to stay out of jail. Just aggressive enough to make your life hell. So I stopped thinking like a neighbor and started thinking like a filmmaker. There's a substance used in Hollywood special effects, non-toxic, clear, looks exactly like water, but once it touches skin, it stains, bright, freaking, blue, and it lasts 3 days minimum. I ordered it. The next morning I called in sick, drained the pool, filled it back up with the gel. Surface looked perfect. Light caught on it like diamonds, shimmered just like water. Then I installed the new camera system. Every angle covered, everything armed. We were ready. At 2 a.m. the sensor tripped. Riley nudged me awake. "She's here." We watched the feed in silence. Felicia testing the water with her toe, smiling, then diving in like she was auditioning for a commercial. For a few seconds, everything looked normal. Then she surfaced and screamed. Her hands were glowing blue. Her face, her neck, her shoulders, everything stained like she'd swam through a vat of Gatorade. She looked down at her arms in horror, then flailed out of the pool, stumbled toward the fence, and disappeared into the night. And I swear to God, for the first time in months. Riley and I laughed, but the satisfaction didn't last long. At 2:47 a.m., flashing red and blue lights lit up our bedroom. Loud knocking. "Police! Open up!" Officer Reynolds and Officer Kim stood in our living room while Felicia, still blue, still dripping, wailed about being assaulted with chemicals. Said she was poisoned while trying to check on a plant that was hanging over the fence. I pulled up the footage, showed them everything, every trespass, every warning ignored. They nodded, said it looked bad for her, but then came the kicker. "So you admit," Officer Kim said, "that you knowingly placed a chemical substance in your pool, intending to embarrass her?" I blinked. "It's theatrical gel, safe for external use, on my property, but designed to stain." Riley stepped in. "What about the months of harassment, the theft, the trespassing?" "We get it," Reynolds said, "but the law's real gray on booby traps. Intent matters." Suddenly we weren't the victims anymore. We were the ones under investigation. And Felicia wasn't done. She posted online, private Facebook group for the neighborhood. "Poisoned by my neighbors," she wrote. Claimed we contaminated the pool. Said she was checking on a dying tomato plant. Comments exploded. Some defended us. Some wanted us evicted. The HOA called an emergency meeting. Word spread fast. Too fast. Riley called her friend Rebecca, a lawyer. We met the next morning. Rebecca had already pulled every file she could find on Felicia. "Your neighbor," she said, sliding over a folder, "has done this before." Turns out Felicia Monroe wasn't just a nuisance. She was a serial manipulator. 3 other neighborhoods, 3 lawsuits, 1 family bankrupted, 1 elderly couple forced to sell. Every case dismissed, but not before she drained their energy, their wallets, and their reputations. "She doesn't just push boundaries," Rebecca said. "She erases them." That's when the call came in. Blocked number, male voice. "You don't know me, but I used to live next to Felicia." "Who is this?" I asked. "Name's Valerie Hines. I've got proof of what she really is. Meet me at Stonebridge Park in an hour." I went. She looked worn, hair tied back, eyes hard. Said she'd lived 2 doors down from Felicia 3 years ago. Showed me photos, her garden, her patio, before and after. Felicia had destroyed it, filed false complaints, claimed her husband exposed himself in her yard. Total lie. Still got investigated. Stress broke him. He died a year later. Then she handed me a USB stick. Emails, videos, police reports, medical records. "I've been waiting for someone who might fight back," she said. "Use it before she ruins you too." That night, the HOA meeting was packed. Felicia wore a scarf to hide the blue, claimed trauma, demanded we be fined, forced to sell. Then Rebecca stood up. "Before any decisions are made," she said, "we'd like to share some information." The screen lit up. Photos, videos, news clippings, Felicia's history laid bare, gasps, whispers, and one comment from a neighbor that hit like a hammer. "Wait, she did the same thing to the Kendalls, didn't she?" Silence. Felicia stormed out. "And yeah, it's not over. She's still got lawyers, still playing the victim card, but the tide has turned. For once, people are seeing through her act. And as for us, we're still here. Pool's empty. Cameras still rolling. And every morning when I sip my coffee by the window, I smile a little, because somewhere out there, Felicia Monroe's still scrubbing her elbows, and realizing you can only steal peace from your neighbors for so long before karma shows up in electric blue. But hey, that's just our side of the fence. Now you tell me, was it justice or did we take it too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about where we draw the line between protecting your home and becoming just as petty as the people who invade it.